I am Beardmohbox, and what I wanted to do today is use the new feature available on Connected Franchise, which allows you to sim forward 10 years. I originally saw this when I was playing career mode, and what I'm doing here with the settings is I'm just setting them up so it works best when I sim rather than for gameplay. If I do decide to play on this, I'm not sure if I will yet, I will switch it so it's optimal for that. What I thought this could be is essentially, if you want to, it's not what I'm going to do with it, but it can essentially become a kind of cheat sheet for the draft, because obviously this will show 9-10 years worth of drafts in the game, and what you can do is, obviously I'm going to go through all the rosters and you can essentially use that to see how these drafted players progress and what kind of overalls they come in at, what kind of overalls they get to after a few years, and I thought it'd be a useful thing for that, and it'd also just be very interesting to see all the teams and how much they change, which big players switch at the end of the 10 years and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do in this video, I will be looking at general stats, just stuff how the game is affected by the 10-year sim, not at the specific teams. And then what I want to do is, I think, so the videos aren't too long, I'm going to cut them into divisions, so AFC, North, East, South, West, same for NFC, so that also you can easily find the rosters you want rather than having to watch an entire video of all the rosters. I thought that would be the best way to do it, and one of the main reasons that it's worth watching this rather than doing it yourself is that this entire process took me about 2 hours, isn't it? It took 2 hours to sim on my PlayStation 4, and with this way you save yourself some time and you still get to see the same results.
So here we are, 10 years later, and the first thing you'll see is that I, as Mark Trestman, I chose the Bears because they were the first team alphabetically. It didn't really matter because I can check the rosters obviously of any team, but Mark Trestman has been asked to retire. And the funny thing here is that I worked it out that 10 years in the future, Mark Trestman is only as old as Coughlin for the Giants is today in real life. And one thing I do want to know is what happens when I retire the coach. Whether I continue or have to start a new character, which is obviously here, but not sure. That'd be interesting to see. Off we go into the standings, and what we see here is that there are two new teams. The San Antonio Marshals in the AFC South, and right at the bottom, somewhere here, here we are, the Brooklyn Barons, so they're AFC East. So if we go to AFC South, the Marshals, the Colts, Titans and Texans are still here, so the San Antonio Marshals are the Jacksonville Jaguars. And AFC East, we have the Patriots, Jets, Dolphins and Brooklyn Barons, so therefore the Buffalo Bills have become the Brooklyn Barons. So any Bills fans with their BB tattoo won't be too upset. So they're the two major changes there. Or maybe if you have a look at career stats. No, that'll just be the active players, so that doesn't really help. I mean, I could go through and check all the active players and work it out that way, but that would take a long time, and I don't want to do that. So if we go to NFL records and see if any records have been broken in this 10-year stint. So we'll go for season, they're the records we care about. So no passing records have been broken in this 10-year stint. Passing touchdowns, no new records there. And if you look here, Adrian Peterson in 2022. So 10 years after his 2012 campaign, got 2,072 yards. In 2019, 2,070. 2016. If this is true, then Adrian Peterson will be in the Hall of Fame in about 10 minutes. And this is all for the Vikings as well. And by the looks of it, if he was at the Vikings in 2022 and he won a Super Bowl, I believe that means the Vikings won a Super Bowl in that 10-year gap. No new records for touchdowns. Nothing for receiving yards. All touchdowns. All catches, so really the only records being broken, oh, and apart from the defensive ones, of course, The only records broken so far on offense were by Adrian Peterson, not even managing to break his own personal record. But 10 years afterwards, still breaking records in 2022. So here, Von Miller in 2023 broke the sack record, a short 9 years after Robert Mathis first broke it here. But they're the only two guys to do that. Nobody's beaten Night Train Lane's 1952 record, but Mr. J. Smith, who I cannot pretend to know, maybe a made-up rookie, maybe I'm being disrespectful, but he came close. And that is it for the records. So as you can see, in those 10 years that have passed, it appears that no rookies came in and set the league on fire. Apart from maybe that Smith guy for the Giants. Adrian Peterson still going very strong no matter his age. I can't even work out how old he would have been in 2022. But probably too old to set the third all-time rushing yards record. Well, anyway, next time I'll be looking at each division and their rosters, see what's changed, see what's happened. Obviously not many people will be left. Not too many people play over 10-12 years. And that's it. So if you want to see the next one, see the next one.